Thanks for joining us. I'm Dusty Sonnenberg, Field Leader with the Ohio AgNet and Ohio's Country Journal. We are on the Ohio Field Leader Roadshow. We're up in Wood County, just outside Perrysburg Farm. I'm joined by the Eckels. And with me, first off, Nathan Eckel. Nathan, tell me a little bit about the farm, sort of where you're located, some of the different crops you raise.
Yeah, so we're right in between Perrysburg and Bowling Green, Ohio. We raise 2,000 acres of corn, soybeans, and wheat here. It's myself and my two brothers, one being Nolan, the other one being Nick, who was on the podcast earlier today. He actually had to go back to work. But yeah, we farm corn, soybeans, wheat, and then we've got a livestock operation as well. And in conjunction with that, I also sit on the Ohio Soybean Council and also on the Arable Research Lab as well.
Very good. Well, Nolan, let's talk cattle a little bit. Actually, a project that started with you in high school, from what I understand.
Yeah, I started when I was a freshman in high school. Dad and Grandpa had never raised any livestock or cattle. I had an idea to get started and bought feeder cattle at the local county fair, and kind of blossomed from there as an FFA project. It was my SAE project.
So from where it started with a few head, how many head you guys run now?
Oh, usually right around 800 to 850 we have on feed most times, so it varies.
SAE project gone wild.
Yes. Be careful what you wish for.
There you go. Well, Nathan, tell me a little bit, I guess, with your involvement in the Ohio Soybean Council, a lot of things you mentioned, Arable Labs, some other groups you sit on. What are ways you as a farmer see that bringing value back to the other farmers in the state?
Yeah, well, number one, a lot of our demand research or demand stuff that we do, outreach to other countries. We had a group that was just out in Egypt here a couple months ago. We've got a group that was just in Greece here a couple weeks ago. And here at the beginning of June, we've got a group going to Bogota, Colombia. So a lot of outreach, trying to get that demand up there. A lot of it is mission trips. So just teaching people how to use soybeans and different ways we can use soybeans, whether that be in livestock production or human consumption. Another thing is the Arable Research Lab, like I talked about before. A lot of that product research from, whether it be, we've got the barn chain oil from DeWalt Black & Decker. We've got those gear wrench or gear pads, which are fifth wheel lube plates for your semis. And even to fish meal, different fish foods and things like that. That's all done at Arable Research Labs. Another great way that we're reaching out and people can really see is Grow Next Gen or education projects. I personally have done the virtual farm tours. I've done that for the last few years, bringing students from inner city schools, and not just inner city schools, but all around the country, literally, into my cab, into my planting tractor, and they can see the technology and how the planter works. And it's really neat to get to listen to some of their questions that they have for me.
So. Talk a little bit about your specific farming operation, the crops you grow, some of the soil types you guys farm here in Northwest Ohio, and maybe where some of your markets are.
Yeah, so we're heavy Hoytville clay right here. We're in this great black swamp, so everything is systematically tiled and drained via the ditches. Everything goes to Lake Erie. In some way, shape, or form, some takes a little bit longer to get there than others, depending on where we're located at. But yeah, corn, soybeans, wheat. We really like that 3-crop rotation. It works well with having the livestock operation to get rid of the manure and things like that in a timely fashion in the summertime. So we really try to hunker down on that. We've really been able to cut down on our fertilizer purchases because of that and use it in a wise fashion.
So Nolan, let's talk about the cattle. Obviously, the manure, a nice byproduct, if you will, that can contribute back to the cash grain operation. On the feed side, you guys are feeding not only some of the crops you raise, but also taking advantage of some byproducts in the area. Talk about that a little.
Yeah, we don't let a deal pass us up, I guess is the best way to put it. We feed corn screenings, corn silage, distillers out of ethanol plants. We've fed mycelium, which is a corn byproduct, comes out of Dayton. Just whatever we can do and work with a nutritionist to balance everything up, and it's worked really well. We have a little different approach. A lot of guys like to use their own corn, and we try to purchase it, market our grain separate with the grain farm, and then purchase everything for the cattle, and it's been working very well here as of late. So
Well, one other thing unique about your guys' operation, you are literally on the front lines of suburbia, Ohio, being just outside of Perrysburg and farming right up against development. What maybe challenges or opportunities does that provide? Obviously, traffic and narrow roads, things like that. What have some of the experiences been lately?
Yeah, the challenges are definitely traffic as more and more people move into this area. You know, we've had to kind of change our, we used to have a big field cultivator with a rolling basket and a four-wheel drive tractor, and we were 100 foot long, and we've gone we went to a high-speed tillage disc, which is more of a German style, so it's just as wide as the tractor is, a row crop tractor. We went to a 3-point mount spreader, try to just be as efficient as we can. Now our corn planter and our combine and our sprayer are still large. People are starting to figure out, hey, when this thing's coming down the road, we better get out of the way. But that is probably our biggest challenge as we get up around Perrysburg proper. Some of the nice things are we don't have to go far for food, for meals or anything like that, or shopping. We've got everything really at our fingertips. We don't have to travel much more than 10 minutes, 15 minutes to get what we need to get. So that is nice, but for the most part, you still get some of the people that don't understand why we're running the big equipment down the road, but people figure out when you're moving a piece of equipment that's 13 feet wide down the road that they pretty much get out of the way now. So
makes a lot of sense. Again, we're on the Ohio Field Leader Roadshow. We are in Wood County, just outside Perrysburg, Ohio. Joining me right now, we have Nathan and Nolan Eckel. Nick was with us earlier. We appreciate their time today, and we thank you for joining us.